Good morning, world. Boop, 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 boop. Now do a little dance. Good morning, Cement Shoes. Y'all get to watch me cook. I'm making my son's breakfast right now. Before we get to start things started, I'm the only parent here right now. My wife's on vacation, so I have to do everything. Put on the daddy hat and put on the mommy hat. Do everything else. I know it's kind of loud right now, but it'll get better in a minute here. But I'm making his eggs right now. Good morning, Sprinkled Donut, Francine, Inner Peas, Gemma. Good morning, everyone. The camera on here. I hope the sound, and I know it's kind of dark. You know, it looks like I'm, everything behind me is nice and lit, but I don't have any forward-facing camera. Light. Got to put away the eggs. Be right back. Hey, Francie, guess what's for breakfast? Yeah, I'm making my son's eggs and bacon right now. Gazap. Good morning. Kitiku. Good morning. I'm giving another 2 minutes, and I'm gonna get the rest of it going. Eggs and bacon. Bacon is in the oven. My son is very particular on how he likes his eggs. Basically, I make them in pan. They're not scrambled, so I put them in there kind of like you do a sunny side up egg, and then I turn them over. Then I break the yolk kind of like so. Then they're over easy, but there's no yolk. He doesn't want them scrambled. He wants the white parts and the yellow parts, but he wants it all cooked. Very particular. Morning, Gayla. Rackar, good morning. Those look good? Yeah. He likes it. My hair's all sticking up. Look at these little tiny forks. Compare that to a regular fork. I think they're cute. You've got all kinds of Minecraft ones. I think these are that little boy that does cartoon, not cartoon, but he does like reviews of different toys and stuff. I can't remember what his name is. I can picture him though. I know it's really blown out that way for light. Probably if you be it look like you're staring into the sun. All right, 6 minutes. It's been going. Get the eggs on there. Have the bacon. Bacon is done. Bacon is done. I think the bacon is probably his favorite part of the entire meal. I mean, I guess unless you're a vegetarian, I mean, everything's better with bacon, right? And that is his breakfast. French toast sticks, apple slices, eggs, and bacon. Be right back. I gotta go bring it to him. Hot. It's hot. Yeah, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Hot bacon. Hot, hot, hot. Bacon, bacon, bacon. I got a whole plate of it. I mean, I'm not eating it. So every morning, I make not only the bacon for his meal, but then I take a Tupperware dish, put paper towels in it, and I put the rest of the bacon in there. And throughout the day, just little container, just make maybe like 3 slices in it. But he goes into the refrigerator and he'll pull out a slice of bacon out of it. You know, it's better than potato chips, at least in my view. All right. William. You turn it down just a little. Turn it down just a little. Thank you. All right. Get the news part of this up on the screen. Hi, it's me in my little window. Good morning and welcome to this morning's Coffee Brew Crime Recap. These are the cases that I have been following. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But these are from August 6th to August 11th, 2023. And for those who are nitpick, and want to point out, I know August 6th through the 11th is only, it's not 7 days, but obviously I start on Saturday right after, though. But a lot of news stories. They may have caught my attention, but they don't really do updates until Monday. So, all right. Anyways, viewer discretion is strongly advised. I have to tell everybody this because I've been reported now on just about every single venue, social media place where I post this content, because I didn't warn people that a true crime channel may talk about actual crimes. I know it's ridiculous, but I've either been reported or I've been flagged, especially on some of those former bird sites and sites where the two people are going to do a death match. Coming up, and you understand what that is or not? Okay, going on to next one. Nagasi Zabari. We talked about him last week. This is the man from who was arrested recently in Oregon, who had kidnapped a prostitute in Seattle and had kept her in a makeshift jail cell. And this is the makeshift jail cell that he had made in his garage. He kept her in this for several days, and the police are not saying if he did anything to her at this point, but this past week we learned that back in 2019 he was on the television show Judge Judy. He had sued the mother of his, the mother of his two children, and he actually won. And Judge Judy awarded him $2,500 to him. He was also scheduled to be on another show, another like court show like that, like Judge Judy, but he never made it on there because he moved in the meantime, and well, we know what he was up to this entire time. Now, I went back and actually found the episode of him on Judge Judy, and he was rightfully, he should have won that case. She did violate the custody agreement and, and other things, along the way. But he rightfully so, Judge Judy did not make an actual mistake in that case. So we found out that he was on Judge Judy. That's what's new with him. Moving on that's a cell that he made, and the FBI is still looking for other victims. Good old dumbass Brian Kohlberger. In defense to charges entered the alibi. I was driving around all night, and he never seen anybody. He never stopped anywhere. According to the state patrol with the in Idaho, if he did travel anywhere outside of the city of Moscow, or even to one side of Moscow, Idaho, to the other, he would have gone past several different cell towers, and that would have picked him up and actually pinned his location to those cell towers. Now, if he would have went from University of Idaho to Washington State University, if he would have done that, he would have had to have passed two different cell towers out of state. So again, it would have shown that he, was in that area. Even if he, went the opposite direction up towards the upper panhandle of Idaho, even farther, he would have hit other cell towers, and they would have known exactly where he was. So, yeah, good luck with your alibi there, Brian. It's not going to help you all that much. Now, additionally, just the other day, I was reading part of it. I haven't had a chance to go through all of it, but his attorney actually made a very compelling argument, his defense attorney, on how the DNA was actually processed through the family tree. And I don't know if it's going to work, but it's still a really interesting argument on that aspect of how it was collected and how it was actually connected to his father. Was it properly processed? And is there a way that, the possibility that, that the DNA match that linked him to his father's DNA, that could have been wrong or could have matched to any other person? Now, we know once they did the actual swab of him, it's something like some quadrillion that it's definitely him that matched to the sheath there at the crime scene. But if you take that actual DNA of him that they actually collected after the arrest, what her argument is that the DNA that was collected and processed before he actually was arrested and they took his DNA, was it properly done? And could it have matched anybody else? And was the process even viable and without violating his rights? It's a compelling argument and interesting in that aspect. I believe that Scott Reich over on Crime Talk did a much better job on it. So if you want to see someone break it down a little bit more analytically, I would suggest his video. I know there's some other people who have tried to guess what it actually says. The court papers that she filed for in the case say, let's just say that they're not forensic experts, and nor have they ever worked in a laboratory. I would bounce this off of my wife, who for 35 years worked in a medical laboratory doing forensics. I would ask her, but she's on vacation right now, so that's why I didn't put it here in this morning. I just wanted to briefly touch on it. All right, next one. Lori Vallow, Daybell. All right. A source with the Lifetime Network confirms that 2 family members, these are family members of Lori's, not Chad's, not any other extended members, but these are members of Lori's family, have approached the Lifetime Discovery Network to sell their side of the life story of Lori Vallow. They're not talking about any more other than confirming that they have been approached to buy the life story, the Lori side of the story. But Lori Vallow's family is actually trying to, at least 2 people within her family, you would assume that to be close relatives, not like 15th cousin twice removed who had a relationship with someone from the Pick-a-Pop gas station. But they've been approached to buy her life story. Lori can't sell her life story and actually profit from it. Additionally, the state of Arizona notified the Idaho courts and the actual Department of Corrections with the state of Idaho that they are going to go through with the extradition of Lori back to Idaho. Okay, so she's been moved from one jail to now she is in Pocatello, Idaho, where she's going to remain while she has her classification is done. That is, a classification goes through her mental health, her physical need, health, her risk assessment for risk to herself, her risk to others, what services she needs on top of that, education classes or anything else, medication, all that encumbers, what her actual score will be. That takes anywhere from a week, 2 weeks. It could take up to 4 months. But in the meantime, Arizona has filed and notified the courts that they do plan to extradite her back to Arizona to stand trial for the attempted murder on Brandon Brew and the conspiracy charges to kill her Charles. And I believe there's a couple other additional charges in there as well that they may or have filed, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Wow. It's kind of like at this point, it's overkill to me if they extradite her back to Arizona. She's already going to serve life, and longer in prison than she could possibly outlive. But I'm just curious as to her, if her and Chad do have a doomsday date, where they are going to take themselves out. But before they are ever even caught, and we knew what they did with JJ and Tylee, we found out that they had a date. Do you need to go potty? Yep. Okay, go potty. I'll be here. Okay? Hurry. So these are mine. These are my headphones. Bathroom's that way. Go. Hurry. Okay. Hey, go. Hurry. the things you have to do as a father. Anyways, but Lori will be extradited back to Arizona. Will she end up taking herself out and Chad taking themselves out? I don't know. It very well could happen. And it would definitely save our taxpayers a lot of money if they would. Next. All right. The Candyman, a.k.a. Dean Corral. American serial killer, in case you are not aware of who Dean Corral is. The FBI is asking for help identifying the victim, which is on the left of your screen there. He was believed, right now he's listed as John Doe 1973. He was between the ages of 15 and 18. There is no actual missing child report that was ever filed in that area of who this boy was. Again, he was between the ages of 15 and 18 when he went missing. And they're still asking for help identifying, this child. If this picture, this is obviously, a rendering of what the child may look like. It's not an actual photograph. If you may know of somebody who went missing, and may look like this child, they're asking you to contact 1-800-THE-LOST. But Dean Corral, they do believe that there are possibly two other John Does that may be connected to John Doe. But at this point, the FBI is not saying for sure. But this one is definitely a victim of John Doe. John Doe, 1973. Next. Keegan Anthony Klein. Indiana State Police believe they have never received all the electronic devices owned and controlled by Keegan. According to the FBI, they still believe that there are at least two other external devices, cell phones or hard drives or thumbsticks or something like that, that he referenced in communication with them that they have never received. Now, again, I can't stress this enough about the pictures that he was able to catfish these young girls into sending him. They believed they weren't sending them to this Oompa Loompa, here. They were sending it to what would be considered a hot young male model. Anthony _Shots is the profile name. And they believed that these girls were from all over the U.S. And he also traded in these actual images with other people online. So these were very explicit images. Some of them, these girls were completely naked, and some of them, they were partially dressed. And there are only a small fraction of these girls who have been identified, and their photos are out there being traded by these sick pedophiles right now, and these people who are like Keegan Anthony Klein. But again, the FBI is, said that they've only been able to identify a small fraction of the girls who are actually in these images, and he had thousands of images. And they can't stress this enough. It could be your niece, your daughter, your daughter's friends, or your niece's friends. These girls exist somewhere in the United States, and they don't believe that there are any international, but there may be some from Canada. Just from the sheer location, because he wanted these girls to not only send him images, but he wanted them to make him think that he was going to come meet them. So the ruse wouldn't really have worked if it was overseas, but he may have told these girls that he was overseas. If this guy's a hot model, funny, right, Cart? It's not he didn't use this picture. That is his mugshot photo. A heads up, again, ladies and gentlemen, I will be out of town from August 14th, which is Monday coming up, through the 23rd when I get back, but I won't be back online until the 24th. So just to let everybody know, again, on the 19th, if I have Wi-Fi, 19th, 20th, 19th for sure. But I will not have a trivia night the 20th. But on the 19th, if I do have reliable Wi-Fi anywhere where I can, use it, I will do a Saturday morning stream. But there will be no trivia the 20th. Ta-da! That's it for the news and everything I'm following this week. Not much. I mean, it's been really hard to kind of do anything, right now. I mean, I'm sure quite a few of you are out there, or parents, or or aunts or uncles, or to children. He keeps me busy, as he does, constantly running. I'm trying to run interference, like right now, trying to get him not to, to play certain things in the background. They're going to get me copyright matched. Well, thank you, Francie. I booked a cabin in the Cascade Mountains for 4 days. And those first 4 days that I'm there, I'm going to be doing absolutely nothing. I'm going to turn off and take all my devices. They go in the safe in the in my car, along with my Pow, and I don't want to be connected to the world anywhere outside of exactly right where I'm going to be at. Good morning, Kevin. Hello from South Carolina. Good morning. And then after there for the 4 days, then I'm going to Centralia, Chehalis area, and I'll be there for a charity golf tournament that I play in every year, and that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days there. Take some honey with you. I will, Rycart. I'm sure that, I don't know, maybe you know or maybe you don't know, but I mean, Centralia and Chehalis is not exactly the best place to. There's good parts and bad parts, but where I'm going to be is about 6 miles from the fairgrounds in Centralia. But it's not exactly the best area on that end of town. But Alicat, good morning. It is cement shoes. The first 4 days, though, when I'm gone, it's kind of like, it's a way for me to recharge my batteries, just clear, do like a brain dump of all the stuff that has been in my head, because I work myself constantly. Even you may not see me here or even see content on my channel, but I'm constantly working in the background doing something, researching, getting the documents. And I even when I go to bed at night, I keep a little notebook, next to my bed and a pen. And I'm constantly, even when I'm trying to fall asleep, I write down, things that I need to do the next day, things I need to look up, sources I need to contact. I just need to get away, just leave it all. But right now, this week, my wife is actually on the Oregon coast. I think her and her mother are in Tillamook or Ocean Shores, seaside, somewhere within that area, up and down between Washington State and Oregon. But she's on vacation right now. She has been this week, and she won't be back until Sunday. So that's why I haven't put in any content this week. It's just been me and my son just chilling. It's been great, though. My latest video will interest you. I'll try to check it out later. I haven't even been online. I get a little bit of a break, and I get every message and comment that people post on my on here underneath the video. I get alerts to my phone. Now, try to wrap your head around that just for a second. I get between 3,000 to 6,000 messages a week. just people commenting over and over again. They'll post one comment and then they'll post 9 more comments in reply to somebody else, and I get alerts for those. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not a good thing either, but it does drive you actually bonkers if you try to keep up with it all. But I will definitely try to. What's Tillamook? I'll Google it. Tillamook, Pippadot, and good morning to you. Good morning, Cheryl Ann, Alan. Tillamook is a actual town, but that's Tillamook cheese. Tillamook ice cream is there. It does the cabin have electricity, Francie? Yes, it does. These cabins, it was originally, there are 12 cabins in total that and I'm not going to say exactly where it is. It's in the Cascade Mountains, all right? Other than that. But it used to be a Girl Scout camp, and then they renovated each one of them, and they sold off half of them. And then from the Girl Scout camp closed in the 1970s, and then half of them, so 6 of them or so, are over on one side. So there's like a lake that goes around like this, kind of like a U. Half of them are here and half of them are here. These 6 over here were bought up by individuals, and they had them as kind of like retreats, cabins, get away from the world cabins. And then developers came in and they bulldozed them all, and then they put up 2 houses where those 6 cabins used to be on this around the bend on that side of the lake. The other 6 are still there, and they're run by a company that rents them out. You can rent them out for a week. You can rent them out for a month, but it's pretty spendy. But it's where you have to park at. You have to walk in. Everything, there's like a path that you walk in. It's blacktop, but it's probably, I don't know, it's about as wide as this table. So 4 feet wide path that's blacktop, and you have to walk into it. But you're not allowed any kind of music or any kind of noise, making devices, no generators, no floodlights. There's a whole lot of rules to things. But they also do, I think it's on Verbo as well. It's like a site where you can rent, different places. I think they're on there as well, but I don't rent it through there. I rent it directly through the company that actually owns it. And so I'm not paying a markup itself because it's already hella expensive, even for just 4 days. The Cascades have an eerie feeling. They always give me the eerie feeling. Stay out of their will. Rykart, also, the Cascade Mountains is where they supposedly, it has never been confirmed at all, but that is where the cremated remains of Ted Bundy were spread, is in the Cascade Mountains, somewhere off of, I believe, I-90, but it could be off of any highway, but it was supposed to be somewhere in the Cascade Mountains. It's never been confirmed. The person who was supposed to do it really never wanted to talk about it. But that's what Bundy wanted. That was his last request. And this person who said that they would actually do it. I like the Cascades. Personally though, Rykart, where I like it, I like the what's called the Blues, which is outside of Walla Walla, Washington. People may have heard of Walla Walla Onions. That just happens to be where one of the state penitentiaries are in Washington State. But additionally, Walla Walla is an actual city. I like the Blue Mountains, which is past Walla Walla. I got a buddy who owns a cabin there. Francie, I can if I want. Each cabin has it's kind of like a paddle boat thing, and each one has a canoe. And they do not provide fishing licenses. I'd have to get a license, and then I could go fishing if I wanted to. But I could just get on the paddle boat thing and move around on the lake if I wanted to. Don't pick up any hitchhikers. No, I ain't picking up any hitchhikers. Teach adults English as a second language. They're the best. Yeah, when I'm there, I don't do anything. I sleep in, make myself a pot of coffee in the morning. Just kick back. I might bring a book with me, read a book, and that's it. Don't do anything. And when I say, I might take a couple of naps. I might go for a walk. There's recreational things that I could do for the first 4 days of my vacation while I'm there. But I don't do it, a whole lot of anything. And that's pretty much the point of it, at least for me. I'm sure it'd be a great vacation spot to take a family or something like that. But the cabin that I rent out there are 4 of them that are in a line. They're a good distance apart. So and don't think they're like one here, one here, one here, one here like that. They're probably a half a football yard, field, 50 yards between the 2 of them, and then 50 yards, and then the next one, and 50 yards, and the next one, and so on. So they're not like really close to each other. And I always rent the absolute last one, which is kind of like out on a peninsula area. It's really beautiful. I'll try to take some photographs of what the sunset, but you look out across the lake and you can see Mount Rainier on a clear day, which is kind of rare because there's a lot of fog that comes in and it obscures it, especially in the morning and evening time. Do I ever do puzzles, Francie? Sometimes, not often. Eat honey and drink beer. I may have a beer or so, with dinner. You have to bring all your own food. When I'm there at the cabin, you pack it in, you pack it back out. Will hibernates up in the Cascades? Kind of. It's just my way of once a year, just letting it all go, doing nothing, thinking of nothing, and that's extremely hard for me, to just get away from everything. Because like I said, even at night before I go to bed, I got a little pen and paper, and I'm writing things down, and I'm always, looking into things. Because I'm done. I don't just do this YouTube channel just for myself. I'm also helping other people, with their channels, or maybe they can't find a document. I'm just a nice guy. I hope. Can't speak for sharing my experience. That's cool. My dental hygienist just told me that nothing. Yeah. I want to try something here. Don't hopefully it doesn't exit it out. I was looking at this design thing earlier. Yeah, it doesn't change the background at all, because I noticed right on this side, the sunlight is coming from that side of the house right now, and then it sets that way. But this side right here is pretty much washed out. This big plant right here, that's a pomegranate, and this one here in this pot right here is my newest lemon tree. This lemon tree is only about a year old. It's got one lemon right there. You can't see it because it's a leaf, but that's a lemon. This is a Myers lemon tree. This is my second one. The other one's on the other side of the house in the living room. It sits in a bay window area, and it's about 4 feet tall. And we get probably 10 or 15 lemons from that, each year. This one year, first lemon. But the pomegranate, and I can't show you the pomegranate, but there are actual pomegranates that are growing on them. They're only about the size of a quarter right now. But I wanted to see if I could change the background, so this wasn't so, washed out. But I can't see the chat, and it won't change the perspective. Where'd chat go? There it is. You're dyeing bread? Bush 18. Hey, what up? Good morning, Bush. Bush 18. Sorry. Yeah, Myers lemons are by far the easiest lemon to grow. Yeah, and you can plant them outside, but I grow these inside. The other tree that's on the other side of the house, uh, I can't even think. Probably got to be at least 6 or 7 years old now. But I grow them indoors. We actually use them to we slice them up and then put them in like tea. They're perfectly good. You don't even need chemicals or anything. You can grow them 100%. I guess organic. You know, the only thing you need to do, besides the soil, they need acidic soil, and I use Miracle Grow acidic soil mix, and you can buy it from any home and garden center, and it says right on there, that's good for pomegranates and other citrus fruit. So my lemon tree ripens in late fall. The one we have on the other side of the house, Gala, I get 2 harvests off it every year. The one right now, I won't probably September. Those ones will be ready. I don't know about this one yet. Um, and obviously this green thing behind me, those are actual drapes. To the window. I had tried to close them this morning to try to block part of the sunlight out, but my wife actually on purpose bought those drapes. I know they're lovely shaded green, aren't they? Brown berries are ripe. Hmm. We have a lot of um, mulberries, um, blackberries, and raspberries. And I'm here in my garden. We have blackberries and raspberries. I don't. I'm tell you the truth. I almost never pick them. They just fall off of the vines, or the birds get them. The vines have been there since this house was built in 1944. They're pretty big. I mean, I have to trim them back every year, otherwise, because I live in an HOA, and they would absolutely lose their damn minds if I didn't trim them. But when this area where I live was built and developed, it wasn't an HOA then. It didn't become an HOA until 1999, and that was voted in by the people who live here. And if you've never lived in an HOA, well, there's some good ones out there, but there are far more terrible ones than there are good ones, at least in my opinion. Makes good wine, raspberries and blackberries. My wife makes mead. Take you in the other room. I'll show you her latest one. Got to go this. Turn the camera this way. Yeah, that's my messy house. I'm walking backwards. All right. It's in the refrigerator. She just this is the siphon. This is cherry mead. Mead. She buys honey by 5-gallon buckets to make her own mead. That's heavy. That's some heavy stuff. And then she decants it off. Well, a lot of times I end up having to do it because she's just the idea person. Loud ass dishwasher. And then she puts it in the jars like this. See how clear that is now as compared to that one? Same stuff, but decant it off and the settlement settles down, decant it off. And then she puts it in bottles with a cork. And then they go in the refrigerator just like this. But she don't make no wine, though.
How's the stream going?
Okay.
You having fun?
Yeah. What?
I don't know. You just seem
Did you
kinda-
do something to the internet?
No. Would you like me to?
No. Did you poison my coffee?
Should I have?
No.
Oh, look.
My daughter's being strange.
He's the strange one.
No, we're not. I'm perfectly normal.
You know him. You know he's the strange one.
You want to say hello?
No. I want to say hello to Ghosty.
She came in just so she could pet the cats.
Not true. I also came down for tea.
Oh, tea and to pet the cats.
He's a ding ding.
I showed him your mother's mead. The last batch was extraordinarily strong. You could use it as a paint stripper on top of drinking it. I don't know what the alcohol content is, but it's way up there.
Ghosty, can I have my hand back? Ghosty.
Sounds just like Crystal. Yeah.
Ghosty. Ghosty.
Ooh, because I just got a new kitten. She's driving her nuts. Let's see, we have Jelly Belly, Ghosty Pie, Mocha Cappuccino, and
Sweet baby cream.
Sweet Baby Cream.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Baby Cream. My daughter named all 4 of them. So, and then I have my cat, Bogey. Bogey lives here in my house half the time, and then the neighbors down on the corner half the time. He just goes wherever he wants to. So.
I had another cat named Darla, but
Oh yeah,
for our
Darla.
kids, and she kind of doesn't want to be around because they're still here.
Yeah, these are all Darla's kittens, and then she had them, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't like you guys anymore. Bye bye." She stops by every once in a while to eat, from the dishes outside. I probably feed outside 10 cats,
She was perfectly content when it was just Jelly Bean.
Yeah. But good morning, Louise. Jacqueline. Good morning. She's getting spayed at the end of the month. This is Ghosty Pie, and this is my daughter. Say hello.
Hello.
Daughter, cat. The cat. This is a special cat.
He's not joking. Darla had a complicated pregnancy, and this little idiot was born a day after all of his siblings by emergency C-section.
That was $2,500 for emergency C-section for kittens.
And he was worth every penny.
$2,500. There was no help with that bill. We had to pay the whole thing.
Well, it was either that or lose Darla and the babies.
No, she already had a couple.
Yeah, two. You would have been stuck with Jelly Bean, Mocha, and Cream.
I'd be okay with that. Still alive? Yeah. I'm just kidding. We have all these. We had what, 5 dogs? Beast, Freya,
Calliope, Lucky. 4.
So we had 4. We had 4.
And 5 when Athena was still around.
Yeah. But and after the last dog died, I said no more pets, no more pets, no more pets. We are not getting any more pets. So this way, as a family, we could all take vacations at the same time. Like this week, my wife's on vacation. I can't take a vacation right now until next week. Somebody's got to be here to feed all these animals. So anyways, I said no more pets. And then immediately after that, we got this cat that showed up. Darla, right?
Well,
is Darla just then her only name? She doesn't have like Darla, Sweet Darla, or anything like that. I always thought there was something else to it.
Mama Loaf.
Mama Loaf, Darla.
Yeah, Darla is also Siamese like Ghosty, and sometimes she looks like a fresh loaf of bread when she has her legs tucked in.
But anyways, so I said no more pets. And then this cat showed up, and this cat was pregnant. And
we didn't know that at the time.
No, we didn't know it at the time, obviously. But this cat just like moved in, and it's like, hey, you guys don't have any dogs anymore. How about I move in? And then we get this cat, and the cat's got, it's having kittens. We're like, what? Yeah. So I went from no pets, no more pets, no more pets to here is a house full of cats. Is that Ghosty?
No,
or it's Mocha?
Hello,
the cats have a cat door they can come in and out of, but this one goes to the front door and just there and just meow, meow, meow. Let me in. I do, Pippadot. I do. In my studio, I have Lucky's remains that are on the shelf right behind me. This is Sweet Baby Cream. She's got you got to move her closer to that camera. There. This is Sweet Baby Cream. But all of them, all of the cats, males and the females, they're all fixed. So, and which one is it microchipped? Is it Dumb Baby?
Yes.
Dumb Baby is the only one that's not microchipped. But all of them have been, fixed, and they're up on their shots and everything else. We're good, They're not just pets to us. They're members of our family. If you like it or not, when you get this many cats, they are your family, and they will let you know. Pretty cat, thank you. Your house, what?
This is
a proper home. This is Jelly Belly. That's Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean is the
She
only
didn't.
one.
She doesn't want to be picked up.
Jelly Bean is the only one we still have from Darla's first litter.
Yeah.
It's really interesting when you look at Darla's babies because she's Siamese. They're also partially Siamese in their patterning. Like Cream and her twin Tapioca are darker where a Siamese would be, and Jelly Bean is obviously calico, but her spots are also where a Siamese coloring would be.
Yeah. They're cats.
They're special babies.
No, I didn't. Was it on the Taco Podcast? Cats keep rodents away. Very helpful. Yeah, they do, right, Cart? But they also domesticated house cats kill more birds, and have killed off species, actual real species of small lizards and birds that are completely they're gone. They're never coming back. We have no breeding stocks of the little lizards or birds anymore because domesticated house cats have killed them all. There's the good and there's the bad, to domesticated house cats. The bad part is a lot of people don't get their cats fixed. We inherited this issue, and well, we've stopped it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take off today, and I will see you all tomorrow for trivia night. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today. Stay safe out there, and thank you for putting up with the different thing here, and my daughter bringing all the cats that she can find to show you. Nope, they're outside. Good, yay! But again, everyone, thank you again. You all have a wonderful day. Bye.